Some NBA players have made such bad money moves that they've ended up homeless, like Dante West.
Wait, did you play LeBron James?
Yeah, we played on the same team for 3 years together.
Others, like Vin Baker, went from NBA stardom to serving coffee at Starbucks.
I was actually going to be a barista at Starbucks.
From blowing millions on reckless spending to losing it all in bad investments, these are the 20 dumbest NBA players now going broke. Dante West. Dante West earned approximately $16 million during his NBA career, but his story is one of the most heartbreaking financial collapses in professional sports. West's struggles began after his retirement from basketball in 2013, when a perfect storm of mental health issues, substance abuse problems, and multiple arrests created a downward spiral that would consume his entire fortune. By 2020, reports surfaced that West was experiencing periods of homelessness, a shocking fall from grace for someone who had earned millions playing alongside superstars like LeBron James.
Wait, did you play LeBron James?
Yeah, we played on the same team for 3 years together.
LeBron used to play for the Celtics?
No, we played in Cleveland.
Oh, so you used to play for the Cleveland?
I played with the Celtics, Cleveland.
So you in 2K? What's your name?
Dante West.
The severity of West's situation prompted intervention from former teammates and NBA figures, including businessman Mark Cuban and former teammate Jameer Nelson, who worked tirelessly to get him into rehabilitation programs. Despite these efforts, West's financial recovery remains uncertain as of 2025, with no confirmed reports of stability. From one tragic tale to another devastating bankruptcy story, we have Latrell Sprewell. Latrell Sprewell's financial downfall is particularly striking, given his career earnings of approximately $97 million over his NBA tenure. Sprewell's most infamous moment came in 2004 when he rejected a 3-year, $21 million contract extension from the Minnesota Timberwolves, claiming he needed to feed his family and that the offer was insulting. This decision marked the beginning of Sprewell's financial unraveling. Aside from getting sued for $200 million by the mother of his children, his lavish spending habits, combined with poor investment choices, quickly eroded his substantial earnings. Multiple properties went into foreclosure, and his luxury yacht was repossessed as creditors closed in on his diminishing assets. Latrell eventually expressed regret over his actions.
I mean, obviously there's some things that you would want to change, but you know, if you don't get those bumps and bruises through the course of life in general, you're not going to learn lessons, and those were life lessons for me. So as much as I would like to change some of it, I'm appreciative of it as well because it taught me some valuable lessons in life.
By 2025, no documented financial recovery has occurred, making Sprewell's story one of the most dramatic wealth to poverty transformations in NBA history. Another devastating wealth to poverty transformation in NBA history is that of Antoine Walker. Antoine Walker. Speaking of dramatic transformations, Antoine Walker's journey from $108 million in career earnings to bankruptcy represents a masterclass in financial mismanagement. Walker filed for bankruptcy in 2010, owing $770,050 to casinos and facing crushing debts from gambling, bad real estate investments, and maintaining a large entourage that drained his resources faster than he could earn them.
I had 5 or 6 different cars, but I had the most expensive cars when you're talking about Bentleys, Maybachs, Mercedes-Benz, so a lot of high-end things.
Walker's problems stem from multiple sources, but most of it was as a result of gambling.
I lost a significant portion of money gambling. I used to go to Vegas and gamble. I lost the bulk of my money investing in real estate, in which in 2007, 2008, we went through the recession. I'm sure this is a worldwide thing that we all went through, and I got caught up in that web.
But Antoine's dumbest move was ignoring financial advice during his playing days, preferring to make his own decisions despite having professional guidance available.
Well, I had a financial advisor, a guy that was handling my money, but as any young, arrogant kid, I didn't want to listen to him.
Unlike many others on this list, Walker has managed to rebuild his life somewhat. By 2025, he works as a financial consultant and analyst for Fox Sports and ESPN's SEC network, using his painful experiences to advocate for financial literacy among current players. The next player, like Antoine, also took the same path: Allen Iverson. Moving to another legendary player with financial troubles, Allen Iverson earned approximately $200 million throughout his career, but still managed to file for bankruptcy in 2012. Despite his massive earnings, Iverson's excessive spending on jewelry, luxury cars, and maintaining a large entourage quickly consumed his wealth, compounded by various legal issues that drained his resources further. Iverson's spending habits were legendary even by NBA standards. He would reportedly spend thousands of dollars on single shopping trips, purchasing jewelry and designer clothes without regard disregard for long-term financial planning. His entourage expenses alone were astronomical, as he supported numerous friends and family members throughout his playing career. However, Iverson's story has a more positive ending than many others. His lifetime deal with Reebok and NBA pension provided crucial safety nets that prevented complete financial ruin. As of 2023, Iverson was appointed vice president of basketball for Reebok, and his trust fund ensures future income. His case remains a cautionary tale about the dangers of lifestyle inflation and poor financial planning during peak earning years. The next player, however, wasn't so lucky: Shawn Kemp. Another cautionary tale involves Shawn Kemp, who earned approximately $91 million during his NBA career, but filed for bankruptcy in 2009. Kemp's financial downfall was primarily attributed to massive child support payments for multiple children and an extravagant lifestyle that consumed his earnings faster than he could generate them. The child support obligations proved particularly devastating to Kemp's finances. Supporting multiple children across different relationships created ongoing financial commitments that continued long after his playing career ended. Combined with his taste for luxury goods, expensive cars, and lavish entertainment, these expenses created an unsustainable financial burden. Kemp's case highlights how personal decisions made during a player's career can have lasting financial consequences. The combination of multiple family obligations and lifestyle choices created a perfect storm that consumed his entire fortune. While no recent reports confirm ongoing financial distress, his bankruptcy history suggests long-term recovery challenges that may persist for years. As of 2025, Kemp's financial status remains uncertain, with no clear evidence of complete recovery from his earlier financial difficulties. Transitioning to another sobering story, we have Vin Baker. Vin Baker earned approximately $100 million during his NBA career, but lost nearly everything due to alcohol addiction, reckless spending, and poor investment decisions. By the time he retired, Baker had only around $500,000 remaining from his massive earnings, a shocking 99.5% loss of his total wealth. Baker's alcohol addiction played a central role in his financial destruction.
When I was going through my situation in Seattle, I had just signed a max deal at the time, right? Like, I signed for $80 million, and I can't tell anybody I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Right. They want the numbers. They want the performance.
The addiction not only affected his on-court performance, but also impaired his judgment regarding financial decisions and investments. His spending became increasingly erratic as his addiction worsened, leading to poor choices that compounded his financial problems. The desperation of Baker's situation became evident when he took a job at Starbucks after his NBA career ended. However, Baker's story represents one of the more successful recovery narratives. He has stabilized his life, working as an assistant coach for the Milwaukee Bucks and as a Fox Sports analyst, though he's nowhere near his former wealth levels. Next up, we have Jason Caffey. Jason Caffey earned approximately $8 million during his NBA career, but faced bankruptcy due to extraordinary child support obligations for 10 children by 8 different women. Combined with mounting legal bills and personal troubles, these financial commitments proved impossible to sustain on his post-career income. Caffey's situation illustrates how personal choices can create insurmountable financial burdens. The child support payments alone would have been challenging for even higher earning players, but for someone with Caffey's relatively modest career earnings, they became financially devastating. Each monthly payment represented a significant portion of his available income, leaving little room for other expenses or savings. The legal complexities of managing multiple child support cases across different jurisdictions added another layer of expense through attorney fees and court costs. These ongoing legal obligations continued long after his playing career ended, creating a permanent drain on his resources. As of 2025, no recent updates are available regarding Caffey's financial status, but his struggles were among the most severe documented cases of post-retirement financial distress in NBA history. Caffey's child support burden was extreme, while Glenn Rice faced a more common combination of problems. Glenn Rice. Another player facing significant financial challenges is Glenn Rice, who earned approximately $25 million during his career, but struggled with child support payments and failed investments. His child support obligations were reduced from $1,500 to $600 per month due to his inability to pay higher amounts because he could no longer keep up. Rice's problems extended beyond child support payments to include poorly chosen investments that failed to generate expected returns. Like many players of his era, Rice made investment decisions without without proper due diligence or professional guidance, leading to substantial losses that eroded his career earnings. The combination of ongoing family obligations and investment losses created a financial burden that proved difficult to overcome. Currently, Rice works as a Miami Heat scout and community ambassador, suggesting some level of financial recovery through steady employment within the basketball industry. However, there's no clear evidence of complete financial stability, and his history of financial difficulties indicates ongoing vulnerability. Another tragic story involves Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway. Continuing with financial struggles, Tim Hardaway earned approximately $46 million during his NBA career, but faced significant financial difficulties through tax liens, legal issues, and failed real estate ventures. His post-career financial management proved inadequate for maintaining his wealth and meeting his ongoing obligations. Hardaway's real estate investments, which seemed promising during his playing career, ultimately became major sources of financial loss. The real estate market downturns of the late 2000s particularly affected players like Hardaway, who had invested heavily in property development and speculation. These investments, initially seen as smart diversification strategies, became massive liabilities when market conditions changed. Tax issues compounded Hardaway's financial problems, as unpaid obligations to the IRS created additional pressure and penalties that further eroded his remaining wealth. The combination of failed investments and tax problems created a spiral of financial difficulties that proved challenging to escape. While no recent reports confirm ongoing bankruptcy, Hardaway's documented history indicates persistent financial risk and vulnerability. Just like Hardaway, the next player also made bad financial decisions. Stromile Swift. Stromile Swift earned approximately $30 million during his career, but lost his wealth through foreclosures on multiple properties and legal issues stemming from poor financial management. Swift's case highlights the particular risks faced by players with shorter careers who may not have time to recover from financial mistakes. Swift's property investments initially appeared sound, but poor market timing and inadequate financial oversight led to multiple foreclosures that wiped out significant portions of his wealth. The legal complications arising from these foreclosures created additional expenses and stress that compounded his financial difficulties. The combination of a relatively short NBA career and poor financial decisions left Swift with limited options for recovery. Unlike players with longer careers or higher peak earnings, Swift had fewer resources to fall back on when his investments failed. As of 2025, no current updates are available regarding his financial status, but his case serves as a warning about the particular vulnerabilities faced by players with shorter earning windows in professional sports. Swift's financial troubles were typical, but Jason Williams faced something far more serious. Jason Williams. Another tragic story involves Jason Williams, who earned approximately $121 million during his career but filed for bankruptcy following a 2002 incident where he accidentally killed his limousine driver. The legal fees and settlements from this tragic accident, combined with poor investments, devastated his financial position.
I take responsibility. I'm not gonna say somebody did that, and that. I'm supposed to look down the barrel. I was showing people guns. Here goes a gun. Here, look at this one. You know, this coach gave me this. This is beautiful. This. And when I went to slap the gun closed to hand it, I didn't even know that Mr. Caffey was in the house. The gun went off and hit Mr. Caffey in the chest.
The legal proceedings from this incident took 8 years to resolve, during which Williams faced enormous legal expenses and civil settlements. The emotional and financial toll of the case consumed much of his wealth, while his attempts to cover up the initial incident led to additional legal complications and expenses. Williams' financial collapse demonstrates how a single tragic event can destroy even substantial wealth when combined with poor decision-making and legal complications. While no recent data suggests ongoing financial distress, his documented financial collapse was among the most severe and emotionally devastating cases in NBA history. Williams' troubles came from tragedy, but Larry Johnson's pain was purely physical. Larry Johnson. Larry Johnson earned approximately $60 million during his career, but filed for bankruptcy in 2015 due to child support obligations for 5 children by 4 different women, combined with lavish spending and early retirement caused by chronic back pain.
And then I retired, Rex, because I was popping 6 pills a game to play. 2 anti-inflammatories, 2 muscle relaxers, 2 painkillers. This is what I needed to play. Yeah. So I got tired of doing all that. I can't do this anymore.
Johnson's health issues forced him into early retirement, cutting short his earning potential, just as his financial obligations were reaching their peak. The chronic back pain that ended his career required extensive medical treatment and pain management, adding medical expenses to his growing list of financial burdens. The combination of multiple child support obligations, medical expenses, and shortened earning potential created an impossible financial situation. Johnson's case illustrates how career-ending injuries can have devastating financial consequences when combined with ongoing personal obligations. As of 2025, no recent updates are available, but his bankruptcy filing suggests ongoing financial challenges that may persist without significant intervention or lifestyle changes. Johnson's body gave out on him, while Kenny Anderson simply lacked the right guidance. Kenny Anderson. Another compelling case is Kenny Anderson, who earned approximately $60 million during his 14-year career, but faced financial difficulties due to poor investments, overspending, and family obligations. Anderson's career featured 7 different teams, often resulting in mid-level contracts that limited his maximum earning potential compared to superstars who stayed with single franchises. Anderson's financial problems stemmed from multiple sources, including purchasing 8 luxury cars and making poor real estate investments without proper guidance. His admission of lacking financial literacy during his playing days reflects a common problem among young athletes who suddenly acquire substantial wealth without adequate preparation or advice.
They want you to spend on them, but have you ever had a friend that said, "Hey, Kenny, don't spend right now, man. Save your money. You're going too much." Have you ever had a mentor like that?
No, I never had a mentor like that when I was playing, but I wish I did, but...
By 2010, Anderson had less than $150,000 remaining from his $60 million in career earnings, filing for bankruptcy amid mounting debts. His transition to coaching at Fisk University provided steady but modest income relative to NBA standards, making complete financial recovery challenging. The next player also tried to get back on his feet. Rick Mahorn. Rick Mahorn earned approximately $6.8 million during his 18-year career but filed for bankruptcy in 2009 to 2010 after defaulting on mortgage payments and owing over $200,000 to the IRS. Mahorn's case illustrates how even longer careers don't guarantee financial security when earnings remain relatively modest. Mahorn's role as an enforcer and defensive specialist meant his contracts never reached superstar levels, with his peak earnings around $1 million per year with the Detroit Pistons. His aggressive playing style resulted in fines and suspensions that reduced his earnings during crucial earning years, while his lack of endorsement deals limited his off-court income potential. The tax issues that contributed to Mahorn's bankruptcy reflected poor financial management during his playing days and early coaching career. His various roles in the WNBA and summer leagues provided steady but modest income that proved insufficient to address his accumulated debts and obligations. However, Mahorn's story shows signs of recovery. By 2025, his estimated net worth has rebounded to approximately $4 million through his work as a Detroit Pistons radio analyst, Sirius XM host, and Big Three coach, demonstrating that financial recovery is possible with steady employment and better financial management. Mahorn's recovery proves discipline works, unlike Dennis Rodman, who never learned to control himself. Dennis Rodman. Another high-profile case involves Dennis Rodman, who earned approximately $27 million during his 14-year career, but filed for bankruptcy in 2011 due to approximately $800,000 in child support arrears and losses from financial advisor scams. Rodman's flamboyant lifestyle and eccentric spending habits consumed his earnings rapidly during and after his playing career. Rodman's financial problems were exacerbated by legal battles, including multiple lawsuits over assaults and unpaid bills, plus fines from on-court incidents like kicking a cameraman in 1997, which cost him $200,000. His trust in the wrong financial advisors, including Peggy Ann Fulford, who scammed multiple athletes, resulted in substantial losses that devastated his remaining wealth. The combination of child support obligations for 3 children, legal expenses, and poor investment decisions created ongoing financial pressure that Rodman struggled to manage. His off-court activities, including wrestling appearances and reality TV shows, provided some income, but proved insufficient to address his mounting debts and obligations. As of 2025, Rodman's net worth hovers around $500,000, representing a dramatic decline from his peak earning years. His ongoing lavish spending habits and legal issues continue to pose financial risks, making his long-term financial stability uncertain, despite his continued public profile and occasional income opportunities. Rodman's chaos was expected, but Scottie Pippen's financial troubles shocked everyone. Scottie Pippen. Transitioning to another surprising case, Scottie Pippen earned approximately $109 million during his career, but lost millions through poor investments, notably a failed real estate deal in Chicago and a $20 million loss from financial advisor mismanagement in the early 2000s. His attempt to purchase a private jet also resulted in significant losses due to fraudulent deals. Pippen's spending on luxury homes, cars, and maintaining an entourage mirrored the overspending pattern seen in many NBA players. Costly divorces, including a high-profile settlement with Larsa Pippen in 2021 likely drained additional wealth, while supporting multiple children increased his ongoing financial obligations through child support payments. His infamous 1991 contract decision, signing a 7-year, $18 million deal that was significantly undervalued, limited his earnings during his prime years with the Chicago Bulls. This decision, made for financial security early in his career, ultimately cost him tens of millions in potential earnings compared to market rate contract. While Pippen earns income from media appearances as an ESPN analyst and from his 2021 memoir Unguarded, these earnings may not match his NBA-level lifestyle expectations. Unverified reports suggest ongoing financial strain, though his exact financial status remains unclear as of 2025. Christian Laettner. Another concerning case involves Christian Laettner, who earned approximately $60 million during his career but faced severe financial distress through failed real estate ventures with former teammate Brian Davis. Their $80 million development project in Durham, North Carolina, failed spectacularly, leading to lawsuits from creditors, including $2 million owed to former teammate Johnny Dawkins. By 2015, Laettner's home was repossessed, and he faced multiple lawsuits for unpaid loans, indicating severe financial distress. His real estate company's 2011 bankruptcy filing further depleted his remaining wealth, while his shortened prime earning period and frequent trades limited his total career income compared to more stable superstars. Laettner has maintained a relatively low profile since retiring, with no significant media or coaching roles providing substantial income. He operates a basketball academy, but its financial success remains unclear, leaving him primarily reliant on his diminished past earnings for financial support. The documented losses and lack of visible income streams post-2015 suggest ongoing financial risk for Laettner. Without evidence of significant recovery or new income sources, his financial situation remains precarious, making him one of the more vulnerable former players on this list. Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is on the track to be NBA's first $82 million earner per year, but speculation about potential financial strain centers on possible child support obligations and the common pitfalls facing young, wealthy athletes. More financial struggles also emerged when Edwards filed for a paternity test, leading to more legal battles. Edwards' lucrative endorsement deals, including partnerships with Adidas, create pressure to maintain a high-profile image that can lead to overspending on luxury goods, expensive entourages, and lifestyle maintenance costs. This pattern has historically affected young stars who struggle to manage sudden wealth responsibly without proper financial guidance. At 24 years old in 2025, Edwards may lack the robust financial management systems necessary to protect his wealth long-term. The average NBA career length of 4.5 years aligns with his current tenure, creating urgency around proper financial planning before potential career-ending injuries or performance declines affect his earning potential. While Edwards remains an active player with guaranteed contract income, his youth and high earnings make him particularly vulnerable to the financial mistakes that have affected 60% of NBA players. Without proper financial education and management, he could face similar struggles despite his current success and substantial earning potential. Ben Simmons. Another current player facing potential financial risks is Ben Simmons, who has earned approximately $147.5 million by 2025, but has played only 108 games since 2021 due to back injuries and mental health challenges. His reduced on-court production has diminished his value and future earning potential, while his $40.3 million salary for 2024 to 25 represents his final guaranteed year. Simmons' legal disputes with the Philadelphia 76ers, including his lawsuit for approximately $20 million in withheld salary, citing mental health reasons, have created additional legal expenses and uncertainty around his income, especially since people are starting to question his mental health claims.
He came from Philly, and you know what? Mental health issues, we take it very seriously. He gets traded from Philly, however, with people having trepidation about whether or not he was telling the truth about what those real issues were, okay?
Ben's refusal to play for a long time and declining marketability has reduced endorsement opportunities compared to his early career potential, while maintaining a high-profile lifestyle in major markets like Philadelphia and Brooklyn creates ongoing pressure for expensive spending. At 29 in 2025, Simmons' career may be nearing its end if injuries persist, limiting his time to build long-term wealth. Ja Morant. By the end of the 2025-26 season, Ja Morant will have earned over $110 million, but his off-court issues pose significant financial risks through legal battles over alleged assaults and a 25-game suspension in 2023. However, unlike Ben Simmons, he managed to bounce back, showing genuine change.
Obviously, a lot of learning. Pretty much, that. Honestly, took that time to, better myself, get in a, better space mentally.
Yeah, it's an ongoing process, continued process for me.
These issues have led to substantial legal fees and potential loss of endorsement opportunities that could affect his long-term financial stability. Morant's high-risk behavior patterns create ongoing legal and financial vulnerabilities that could escalate quickly if not properly managed. The combination of legal expenses, potential suspension-related income loss, and possible endorsement deal cancellations poses serious threats to his financial security despite his current max contract status. However, Morant has shown awareness of his situation and commitment to improvement through counseling and behavioral changes. His acknowledgement of past mistakes and ongoing efforts to address underlying issues suggest potential for positive change, though the financial risks from his previous actions continue to pose challenges for his long-term financial stability and career prospects. If you enjoyed this video, click on any of the cards on your screen for more content.